wanted to give an update on my eye injection, my fourth eye injection that I had last week. I went to the eye doctor and he dilated my eyes, and then they even did the scan. They did a very thorough job, like they did, of course, when the very first time I came. And basically, it's pretty cool. I wish I could have gotten the scan. I don't know if there's a way I can get it. I might try to find out, but I might even be able to find something online to show. And if I can, I'll put it in here to show. It was just amazing. He showed me what my eyes look like when I came back in March for the very first time, and what they look like now. And the difference is amazing. Oh, and I actually said that to him. I said, that is just amazing. It's basically, he said that I could take a break if I wanted to from the eye injections, come back in a month, and he would then basically say, hey, you need to have it. I recommend you have this done. Or he said if it was me, I'd go ahead and have another round of injections. And I know my insurance will cover. I got a letter saying that they'll cover it until December. So I thought, time-wise, let's go ahead and get this done for that reason. And so, yeah, I told him, I said, I looked at my husband. Of course, he wouldn't make eye contact because he didn't want me to be persuaded. But I looked at the doctor and I said, yeah. I said, let's do it. So I had my fourth eye injection, and the girl that came in, I'm almost for sure was the girl that gave me my second set. And of course, I immediately think, oh dear, it's not who I wanted to see come in. So I kind of just took a deep breath inside myself. And when she was getting ready to, get me prepared with the eye drops, I just told her, I said, I'm not sure. I said, who gave me my my eye injection, my second eye injection? And I made the mistake. I think it was you. And I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. But it came out my mouth. It was too late. So I'm not sure if I said that, but I think I did. But I tried to just brush over that real quick. And I said, I'm really not sure who, gave me the eye injection. I said, but it hurt really bad. I said, I could feel pretty much everything. And then with my third eye injection, the girl that did it this last time, and I showed her with my hands, I said, she put the numbing drops in both sides of my eyes, the both corners, the right and left corner of my eye, and I said she even did the top of my eye. And the girl, she's definitely, her demeanor, everybody's different, was not as calm, I guess. I'm not really sure what the word is. I mean, she wasn't not calm, but you could just tell that the other girl was just so confident, and this girl had a different kind of confidence. I mean, it was her demeanor is almost like, I'm just getting my job done, and that's all. I'm gonna do what I need to do here and get to the next patient. So, but to her credit, she put eye drops in both my eyes, in both corners, in the top of my eyes, and I think she did it twice. And then she said, just to make sure, she said, I'm gonna put another set of eye drops, numbing drops, in the top of your eye. She said, because that's where the injection's going to be. And as I told my husband later and my sister, I said, I don't understand it. It didn't. Thankfully, when he did the injection, it didn't hurt as bad as the second injection, but it still wasn't the same as when the other girl did it with the first and third injection. I still felt it just a tad. But thankfully, it didn't mess me up the rest of the day. I mean, I was able to function like a normal person. Maybe had a slight headache, but nothing of majorness. So she definitely did better than the second time. My second injection. Her first injection for me in the second time, because I'm almost for sure it was her. And the reason why I'm saying I'm almost for sure, because you got to remember, when they come in to take care of me, it's kind of dark. It's not real dark, but dark-ish, and I don't have my glasses on. So without my glasses, everybody's a blur. But even with my glasses on, I wasn't for sure if it was her, but yet she had the same hairstyle and same color hair. So I'm 99% sure it was her. But thankfully, I know what to do now, because I'll be having at least 2 more injections. I'll just remind all of them, hey, I got to have the injections, the numbing in both corners of my eyes and the top. And so mainly I just wanted to reiterate to anyone else who finds themselves having to have the same thing done, please tell them, don't do what happened to me and experience that awful pain. Tell them you need the numbing in both corners of your eyes and the top, and maybe even to do it twice, because this girl did it twice, and she also did it again. So I don't know if she's just not getting it completely in my eye, which is why, because when the other girl did it for my first and third injection, excuse me, I didn't feel anything hardly. It felt like somebody was tugging on my, like when you have your tooth worked on. Whereas when he did the injection last week, it wasn't as painful, but it wasn't like a tug on your tooth. I could kind of feel him going in the eyeball, but not as bad as the second injection. So therefore, I'm happy. I can't complain. And I'm very happy with the results. So, oh, excuse me. And the main thing is, I am now 20/40 with my glasses on. Whereas when this all began, I was 20/50 in one eye and 20/60 in the other. So I'm now 20/40. So I'm hoping, I don't know how this works. Like, is there in between 20/40, or will the next time will I be 20/20? That's of course the goal. So I did ask him this. I said, so if I have another set of injections, I said, is it possible that I can get back to, where I was before? And doctors, they can't commit to that. They can't say, yes, you'll be healed. But he did say, he said, I can't say for sure. He said, but as long as you keep your sugars in control, it definitely shouldn't get, or he didn't say definitely, but basically, I forget how he worded it, but basically, I think he kind of just left it at that. He just said, well, as long as you keep your sugars under control. So he didn't actually say yes or no, but I'm taking that as yes. If I keep my sugars under control like I'm doing now, once these injections get this fluid off of the back of my eyes, I don't believe this is going to happen again. So I guess time will tell, but that's my plan. So anyway, basically I wanted to share an update, and also just to reiterate, if anyone finds themselves having to have any kind of eye injections, make sure they numb it, and numb it well. And both corners of your eyes, and even the top. All right. And thanks for listening.